school teachers would start laughing, and it got to a point where I told myself it was never going to happen again, and I avoided speaking in school. I would get out of school, I would run, I would hide in the washroom. I was always the kid that had a sore throat. I was always the kid that had something wrong where I just would get out of it. I did that for my whole school. At age 13, I was thinking of the... At age 13, I was thinking of the day that I was going to get married, and I wasn't excited about it. 13, it was on my mind, and because I started thinking of all the weddings I'd been to, my uncles and aunties, and at the end of the wedding, right, they stand up there and they speak, and I didn't want to do that. At age 13, I was scared to get married, and it was always on my mind. I kept to myself a lot. My answers were short. I had a heavy face. I was an introvert, still am. If you get me out of this environment, I'm not a talkative guy. I like to keep to myself, and for those of you that kind of know me, I'm a really introverted guy if you get me out of this environment. And I struggle with prospecting. Still to this day, it's a big struggle. You know, I struggle. Traveling is probably the biggest stress I have, is because as you go through customs, you got to talk to those guys, right? And I remember this one time, this happened recently, and I'm going there, I hand him, I have a passport and it says Canada on it, and I'm in Calgary, and he asks me the country I'm from. I'm going, great, I'm going to get stuck in the sea. And it's early in the morning when I'm tired, my stuttering is really bad, and I'm going, Canada. What, you forget where you're from? Now I'm ticked off. I'm 38 years old, you think I forget where I'm from? So I tell the guy, I said, listen, I didn't forget where I'm from, I got a stuttering issue. You know, it was kind of cool because I put him in his spot, and he said, okay, you want to, like, have a good trip, and it's a big reason why I applied for the Nexus thing, so I don't have to deal with it. But I still struggle with some of this stuff. You know what? I'm just telling you, if you got something you're dealing with, face it in the eye and go kick it in the pants. That was from my mom and dad, and I'm sure they couldn't afford it. It was extremely expensive, and at the time, it was the only one in the world it was the only one in the world that was in Edmonton. It was called the Stuttering Institute. And that's where you went, you spent like 3-4 weeks, and they teach you how to breathe and use some techniques that I'm kind of using today, and I really don't use a whole bunch of them because it just got to the point where it's like, I really don't care anymore. I'm not going to hide. It's going to come out, and if you don't like it, get out of the way. I know where I'm going. But I've gone there and spent my whole summer at this stuttering school, and they're just teaching how to breathe again and talk, and I want to share a clip that is pretty tough for me to watch. It's probably only the third time I've seen it, but if you can go ahead and play the clip.
Goodyear was not discouraged. He continued to work on his experiments. In one experiment, he added lime to the rubber and boiled the mixture. The rubber was better, but not good enough. Then a lucky thing happened. Goodyear used an acid to take the color off a piece of rubber he had painted. The piece turned black, and Goodyear threw it away. A few days later, he remembered that the black scrap had felt different. He got it from the trash can. It was as smooth and dry as cloth. This rubber was better than any that had ever been made. With money from a businessman in New York, Goodyear started producing this rubber. But that year was one of hard times for the United States.
It scares me to think of who I'd be in, just all this stuff if I wasn't introduced to WFG. I honestly believe that WFG has kind of helped me overcome something that I feared my whole life, and something that I knew I'd have to do a whole lot of when I got in this business, is that's all we do. And I'm so grateful for WFG and for the invite I got from my dad to come to BPM. It's changed my life, and I want to wrap up on this. I love this business because I can stand up here before 21,000 people and know with confidence that that everyone you can win here, everyone you can win here, doesn't matter what you're going through, you just gotta want it, you gotta get out there. You want to see bad luck, you gotta get out there. I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Whoever's had an impact in my life, my family's life in the last 12 and a half years, it's just really hard to describe. And I want to thank you all tonight for being a part of the, of all the fears I have, this is the biggest fear, and I want to thank you for being a part of it. But at the same time, this was one of the biggest goals I wanted to have checked off my list. And this would be a night that I forever am just going to remember my entire life. And I mean, this is just unbelievable. Thank you so much. Have an awesome night.